Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Today we will continue reading from the book Bhakti, the Eternal Love by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Everyday life, the four regulative principles. Anyone serious about progressing in Krishna consciousness must try to avoid the following four sinful activities: eating meat, fish, or eggs. These foods are saturated with modes of passion and ignorance and therefore cannot be offered to the Lord. A person who eats this food participates in a conspiracy of violence against helpless animals and thus stops his spiritual progress dead in its tracks. Second, gambling. Gambling invariably puts one in anxiety and fuels greed, envy, and anger. Third, the use of intoxicants, drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, as well as any drinks or foods containing caffeine, could cloud the mind, overstimulate the senses, and make it impossible to understand or follow the principles of Bhakti Yoga. And fourth, illicit sex. This is sex outside of marriage or sex in marriage for any purpose other than procreation. Sex for pleasure compels one to identify with the body and takes one far from Krishna consciousness. The scriptures teach that sex is the most powerful force binding us to the material world. Anyone serious about advancing in Krishna consciousness should minimize sex or eliminate it entirely. Engagement in practical devotional service. Everyone must do some kind of work, but if you work only for yourself, you must accept the karmic reactions of that work. As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad-Gita 3.9, work done as a sacrifice for Krishna or Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work binds one to the material world. You needn't change your occupation except if you're now engaged in a sinful job such as working as a butcher or a bartender. If you're a writer, write for Krishna. If you're an artist, create for Krishna. If you're a secretary, type for Krishna. You may also directly help the temple in your spare time, and you should sacrifice some of the fruits of your work by contributing a portion of your earning to help maintain the temple and propagate Krishna consciousness. Some devotees living outside the temple buy Hare Krishna literature and distribute it to their friends and associates, or they engage in variety of services at the temple. There is also a wide network of devotees who gather in each other's homes for chanting, worship, and study. Write to your local temple or society secretary to learn of any such programs near you. Additional devotional principles. There are many more devotional practices that can help you become Krishna conscious. Here are two vital ones. Study Hare Krishna literature. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, dedicated most of his time to writing books such as Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, both of which are quoted extensively in spiritual yoga. Hearing the words or reading the writings of a realized spiritual master is an essential spiritual practice. So try to set aside some time every day to read Srila Prabhupada's books. You can get a free catalog of available books and other media from the VBT. Associating with devotees, Srila Prabhupada established the Hare Krishna movement to give people in general the chance to associate with devotees of the Lord. This is the best way to gain faith in the process of Krishna consciousness and become enthusiastic in devotional service. Conversely, maintaining intimate connection with non-devotees slows one's spiritual progress. So try to visit the Hare Krishna center nearest to you as often as possible. In closing, the beauty of Krishna consciousness is that you can take as much as you're ready for. Krishna himself promises in the Bhagavad Gita 2.40, there is no loss or diminution in this endeavor, and even a little advancement in this path protects one from the most fearful type of danger. So bring Krishna in your daily life and we guarantee you'll feel the benefit. Hare Krishna. The Sanskrit Pronunciation Guide. The system of transliteration used in this book conforms to a system that scholars have accepted to indicate the pronunciation of each sound in the Sanskrit language. The short vowel A is pronounced like the U in but. Long A like the A in fa. Short I is pronounced as in pin. Long I as in peak. Short U as in pull, and long U as in rule. The vowel A is pronounced like the Re in rim, E like the I in they, O like the O in go, and I like the I in isle, and O like the O in how. The Anuswara is pronounced like the N in the French word bon, and Visarga H is pronounced as the final H sound. At the end of the couplet, A is pronounced as aha and E is pronounced as ihi. The guttural consonants k, kh, g, gh and na are pronounced from the throat as much the same manner in English. K is pronounced as in kite, k as in ecart, G as in give, G as in dig hard, and N as in sing. The palatal consonants ch, ch, j, j and na are pronounced with the tongue touching the firm ridge behind the teeth. C is pronounced as in chair, ch as in staunch, heart, J as in joy, j as in hedgehog, and na as in canyon. The cerebral consonants t, th, d, dh, and na are pronounced with the tip of the tongue turned up and drawn back against the dome of the palate. T is pronounced as in tub, th as in light heart, d as in dove, and dh as in red hot, and n as in nut. The dental consonants t, th, d, dh, and na are pronounced in the same manner as the cerebrals, but with the forepart of the tongue against the teeth. The labial consonants p, f, b, bh, and ma are pronounced with the lips. P is pronounced as in pine, B as in bird, bh as in rubbard, and M as in mother. The semi-vowels Y, R, L and V are pronounced as in yes, run, light and wine respectively. The sibilants s, and s are pronounced respectively as in the German word sprechen and English word shine and sun. The letter H is pronounced as in home. Thus we come to the end of the book Bhakti, the Eternal Love by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.